None of this needed to happen. It didn't have to be like this. Not like this. Take two. We're back this time with more of this guy because apparently, I don't know, one of my USB ports is dying or maybe the webcam is dying. I'm not really sure, but either way, bouncing my PC brought it back. Windows is claiming that it doesn't recognize the device, so now I have a whole bunch of troubleshooting to do off stream. It is what it is. We'll play it by ear. But I'm glad that everybody can see my bearded mug. And we're going to be talking about some viewer games tonight. We did talk about a few on the stream. Bonus breakdowns, we'll call it, over the last couple days because few people were redeeming channel points. If you're interested in that, check out the live stream. The link for that is in the description, of course, by the like and subscribe button. But before we actually get into the game breakdowns, I, of course, have to let everybody know I am part of the content affiliate program. So the Phobies team does give me coffee for producing Phobies content, such as these viewer breakdowns. But let's jump into the games. Let's see what we got on deck. Thought it was a John Cena stream. You know, to be honest, John Cena was well past my wrestling time. Like, I know the meme. I know who John Cena is, or at least, like, the character, I guess. But I know nothing about John Cena. All right, viewer game number one, Mushry Llama. This is an alt account, or Mushry always corrects me on the pronunciation of the name. Hey, RT, this was on my mini. Opponent ended up rushing me with a werewolf. My heart barely survived with very little HP. All right. It's interesting that we do have a Venus opener here. Like, this is definitely an oddball thing. This is not standard. I'm also, like, what is going on here? I know this is an alt account, but like, this seems not good as far as responses go. Like, I don't know about this one. The initial thing, I mean, first, Gesundheit at all, but also Gesundheit should have probably been here on the first move so you could immediately threaten this werewolf. Would it have mattered? Not really, because you're not going to kill the werewolf. This is only a level 4 Gesundheit. Why Venus looks interesting in Billy's room? I don't really like. I mean, I guess Venus, like, as far as Venus maps go, this is probably a decent Venus map. And if you're going to do it, you need to do it early so that you can get into position, you have maximized cooldowns, that sort of thing. But I just don't know about this whole setup to begin with. Like, this, I don't know about this. So it's a 1-0 panic point advantage, but this werewolf is going to survive. So this is, I mean, they could run, but they're not going to run. Now, bad guy screwed this up royally because your opponent has to respect the werewolf, right? They're down to 26-25 on the heart. You're going to do another 1900 and change this turn. Excuse me. Why did they go Jilted? Literally any other one keys would have been better. Any other one keys, just to immediately cap these points. In fact, they should have been rushing the jar up here to get the heart, too. Because imagine if they had a triple, like, the game is over. Like, we'll see how much of the heart is left. 257 health. They would have gotten another 215. And if these were one keys and the jar was in position, like the jar was inching up here in order to try and hit the heart, the game could have been over right now. Again, not trying to take anything away from our hero here, but I guess credit where credit is due that bad guy messed it up. So our hero here is able to take a panic point advantage, at least temporarily. This is also weird because they went mass melee. So, like, I mean, this would be fine if it weren't for the fact that these one keys cannot Wait, what? This didn't even attack. It didn't even attack. I assume bad guy, like, skipped a turn here or something. Not literally skipped the turn, but they must have accidentally, like, you know, ran out of time. 42 health. 42. 4-2. It ain't over till it's over, chat. It ain't over till it's over. It ain't over till it's over. And, I mean, at this point, it's probably over in the other way, but 5-1, triple panic point advantage. Our hero can just kind of body block out everything, although I guess they're just going to kill the Jin Sting here, the Hematic. So, in bad guy's defense, our hero here is on a Smurf account, meaning they created a new account. They're just, obviously, the skill level is still there, but the collection level is not there. So, the difference here is that bad guy may be a brand new player or new-ish player, and that's why. They also missed, like, they just straight up didn't take actions on multiple occasions. So there's a few different things going on here that are very strange, but GG. You take those W's. Oh my god. The Heart survives at 42. Jin Sting survives at 29. LOL. GG. Got him. Thunder Rock's health? I didn't even think to check it. Bad guy made some absolute head-scratching decisions there, but, I mean, we all do that sometimes. It's been a while since we had a very long game, and this is one you're going to want to strap in for. 40 turns here on Noughts and Crosses. Our hero here is in the blue trunks. It's Kif. Mostly because I don't know how to pronounce your in-game name, so we're going to go with that. Sorry, friends, second game I'm sending because it's much more exciting than the one I sent. Next time I'll only send one. It's fine. You can always send more games. We just, you know, I'll skip over the extras in a given week unless we have extra time. Boss versus boss at Arena and my level 1 OP Snowball. All right. It is, in fact, a level 1. Everything else is mostly close or at double digits. That's why I always did async while at work. That's a decent strategy, I guess. Going to sleep knowing I survived at 42 HP. I mean, hey, it's a nail biter. So, what is the matchup against the opposing Snowball? Level 10 Snowball. So, we'll see what happens here. Not a fan of Noughts and Crosses. By the way, it's strange, but Mesophobe seems to disappear from rotation. There's like 40+ maps right now. And we only have, what, 8 of them at a time, and we only rotate 4 in each cycle. So it's not unreasonable for a map to be gone for a long time. There's a couple of other maps like that, and I'm perfectly fine with Mesophobe just never showing up again. I kind of wish Once Lore would have been in that boat, but what are you going to do? I think Noughts and Crosses is fine. I think this map is fairly solid. It introduces a different... Because of the way the vault is positioned versus where all the action takes place up at the top, it creates a different play pattern. Having more maps in the pool and being able to veto 3 in 2023, make it happen. I wish it would. That would be cool. The problem is that I think if they're going to do that, yeah, they have to have, say, 15 maps in the pool at any given time, I think. I don't think that would be bad. What do I think of the new Phobies added? I like them. I like them, Philip. I guess you'd have to ask about a particular one. I did do a big breakdown, you know, first impressions when the patch was released, but I like most of them. The bigger issue is just the general idea of Phobies. You get a new Phobie, you probably can't use it for a while because it's going to be way underleveled. So it's tough to really assess it. Maze of Phobes, the Heart Rush Heaven one? Yeah. It takes forever for reinforcements to arrive on this map. Exactly. That's why it creates a different play pattern. Now, I understand somebody not liking it. That's perfectly fine. But the problem is that I don't see that as a strong counter-argument to not have the idea the map exist. Tick is surprisingly very bad. I don't even remember what Tick does, to be perfectly honest. That's probably because there's nobody playing 4v4, Loof. There's nobody playing 4v4. Usually don't like massive maps, but this one's fine for some reason. I mean, it depends. Because the play pattern's different, it's going to click differently with everybody. All 13 of us are masters, exactly. Tick apparently can't connect and has trash stats. I mean, that would explain why it's not used, or can't be used. I feel like this was damage overkill and unnecessary, but, like, I guess that's the only way to get it. So our hero here, getting closer to the actual game, has multiple advantages. They have the panic point advantage. They have a phobie quality advantage. They have the positional advantage because they have the stim. And they're setting up traps. And they have a yoink, which kind of goes back to point number 2 of having better phobies. Bad guy here has to be way more cognizant of their positioning thanks to this abyss tile. We'll have to see. Hopefully I get a trap phobie from Season Pack, as traps are totally balanced. Traps are way better in async. I think traps are... Like, I don't like them because of what they do to gameplay, but I think traps are okay in the abstract. The issue, of course, is, you know, the leveling system makes things weird. The map rotation, because, you know, like, do you have a way to deal with traps? Did you get a good trap map? That sort of thing. Traps aren't just mind games, though. Traps are, like, if this, granted they have a blue land, but if this connects with a boss, this is going to put out a lot of damage. Like, a boss at 1900 health versus a boss at almost 2700 health are wildly different things, especially because this assumes that the boss is on the stem. If the boss is on the stem, eats this trap, it probably just dies in one rotation, which is a big deal. So here is our hero's boss, which is only a level 6. Our hero actually is underleveled in a number of aspects here. I do like the idea of kind of just getting this damage in to a degree. The problem here is you're clearly going to sacrifice it. I guess the hope is that something gets yoinked out of position, but bad guy doesn't have to let that happen. I don't think the Poison Ivy is a waste due to the Blue Liam because of the initial burst damage. Sure, you're not going to get multiple poison ticks, but That was never really gonna happen. Well, I take that back. It could happen on this map because it could take forever for a healer to get into position. Oh! It's happening! I mean, that's a huge you're fired here. This was a bait. This was a bait. Sacrificing the snowball for the damage, I think, was fine if you get this invade. If you don't, then... So, let's talk about this for a second. If you invaded that snowball and they don't bite by doing exactly this, yeah, you just threw away snowball for no purpose. But because of this invade, I wouldn't be surprised to see our hero just wipe their board. Well, not entirely, but they probably kill the boss. And the question is, can they get Bluelian also? Because if they do, that's going to be a big swing. You're fired action. Because remember, the Oopsie Baby powered down the Inoculus. The tickle from the Inoculus, I guess, to make sure that the fire damage does it. So the big issue here, well, bigger issue here is, like, our hero, this Jin Sting's dead, this spider is dead. I wonder if the spider pull was necessary, but at the end of that, it's 14 keys there. That is just all horrifying right there. Like, look at that. Early contender for our thumbnail right here, chat. Like, Oopsie Baby would be the phobia in question. It's 14 for 5. Seems like a good trade. Horror scene from Annabelle. I never actually saw that movie. I've been playing Phobies since launch. I'm free to play, and I have 85 Phobies, and none of them have the ability to detect or destroy traps. That's not true. I guarantee you have them in your collection. They're called 1 keys. And I'm not trolling. Like, the best answer to traps is just send in 1 keys that are not Bachelor. Because unless they are wildly over-leveled, the trappers, you can just tank the trap. And yeah, you'll lose your 1 key, but that was going to happen anyway. Yeah, we've had a lot of scorched earth. Just don't step on the traps. Duh. Yeah, if only it were that easy. If only the player had Doom's ability. So bad guy's out of keys, hero's out of keys, Hevo lives. I don't really get the Woolly Bully. Oh no, the Evo doesn't live. Oh no! Not like this. Yeah, big brain there. Fair enough, DT. A good excuse as any. So our hero does still have boss, a healthy team, even panic points. Bad guy, however, is a little beat up. And... Really? Moments before disaster! I almost want to use this as the thumbnail, put Poison Ivy up there and say moments before disaster. Not like this! Oh no! Now! I don't even know that you bothered doing this. Why? Yeah, this is just gonna get powered. Will this die to the fire? It's not gonna die to the fire. Like, this is just gonna get powered down. I would say let this die. It's never gonna get back into the fight in time. Unless you're worried about the panic point, but you have like 1 billion health. You don't need to do this. Admittedly, you can probably just wait out the power down too, so like it's not a big deal. It might have been able to heal, yeah, like walking back to the spa, but the thing is it... So my initial reaction is this thing is now out of the game for like however long the game lasts, because either it's running back to the spa or it's doing whatever. In the meantime, go kill them. Like, go push their other stuff. That being said, picking this off is fine, I guess. Like, to make sure that they can't go heal. I think bad guy didn't even attack here. Oh, yeah, because they powered down. That's why. They did do the power down. I don't really understand that setup there. Oh, no, wait. No, this should go straight backwards. It should go straight backwards. I was going to say, like, if this comes down and boops here, you can hit the boss. But I don't think that'll go into the pit. Boop. Too little, too late, I think. I don't know what this poison ivy's doing. It's just like, I don't know. We still have even panic points, so it's really not much of a concern. Admittedly, the poison traps are significantly worse against Oopsie Baby and Hevo 2.0, but what are you gonna do? I don't know why that Gravedigger was still there. Oopsie Baby's power down is online, so it's going to tag this boss. Which I would have, I don't know, I think I would have positioned stuff more aggressively. So this way you can threaten, if the Oopsie Baby comes in, you threaten it. But it appears that bad guy has no interest in going after it anyway. They're probably just fearing the traps, to be honest. As this go on for 12 more turns, because I imagine bad guy slowly gives ground until our hero collapses on something. Boop is online, so like bad guy could stand here, boop the heart. Couldn't have killed this. But yeah, I think this is just a matter of both players wanting to play it as safe as possible. Obviously, our hero doesn't want to throw the game away, and bad guy is just... oh, I don't know. Panic points once again, back to being even. Notably, the power down does not impact fire. And Oopsie Baby's got to crawl the hell out of there. Hey, Big She, what's good? Melting plastic? Yeah, we're just watching the slow demise here, but well played by our hero here. I think this is another good example of bad guy kind of just making a couple head-scratching plays and it costs them over the course of the game. Honestly, I still want to try this game plan, and I haven't said this in a while, but I do want to try like a heavy power down plan, but I think I want Bad Omen first. Because the combination of Woolly Bully and then Oopsie Baby means that you can either lock down multiple pieces of their team, and by lockdown, I mean, of course, just power it down, or you are going to... I don't know what the hell bad guy's doing here, other than dying. Or you could just rotate them so that you keep one piece locked down constantly. They just powered down the Inoculus. I would just, like, just get in there. Just get in there. But I guess this is playing it safe. Too many blue panic points. GG. Not quite enough to take it there, but clearly our hero can just march in and finish things off real quick. Hopefully. Yep. Or not. Or not. Maybe we're going to get some free hits in. GG. We got him. That's the way it goes. Next game up, Cotter is our hero here on Eternal Monday. Tomorrow is Monday. I'm not looking forward to it, chat. I'm not going to lie. I don't know that I fear Mondays, but there is a level of dread, we'll say. Is that the right way to put it? I guess that's the way I'm going to say it. But our hero here, like I said, in the blue trunks, caught off guard by a new phobie and reacted with a dive. Hey, questions are better than answers in most games. You present a threat, your opponent has to answer it, and if they answer incorrectly, you take the win. Monday's got to be the worst day of the week? I mean, yeah. Just delete Monday. Eternal Monday gives the same vibes as Crypto. Similar. I wouldn't say the same, but similar. So we now had 2 games with Venus. I mentioned it on stream the other day, but Venus came up offline on the Reddit. And I had some comments that apparently riled some feathers, so... I guess it depends, DT. If we delete Monday and it's just like... I don't know what deleting Monday entails exactly. They're similar, except Eternal Monday doesn't suck. I mean, I don't know if I'd go that far. I feel like Eternal Monday does also kind of suck. Not nearly as badly, but it's still bad. I don't really know what bad guy was planning here. I guess it's just oh, I forgot that you could do this. This is a significant level difference. Just saying. Squish the spider. Poison the heart. Good plan. The once lore is a Lorax reference. Yeah, a few people have said that. That's a Chuck. That's not a new phobie. This is also a lot of traps. This is a lot of traps. Should I try this on next time I'm on Eternal Monday? Is this a thing, chat? Like, how many people have done mass traps on this map? Because I think my Venus is at a decent level. Oopsie, baby. It is a 3 ranger, but Chuck is a lobber. The thing is, our hero can't really collapse onto the heart. Or onto the Chuck, rather. The bad guy does not want to be a good... I don't know about this. Like, oopsie, baby counters Chuck. Yeah, I can see it. I can see it. I mean, they certainly stymie the offense here, because either you walk in and get lit up, to a degree, or you just get powered down and then they'll dive you anyway. The thing is here, I don't really like the Chuck given the setup from bad guy. Maybe Chuck is fine on this map in general, but... That's a Blasto. I get it, it does electrical damage. Wait, really? That's a very interesting play from our hero here. I mean, the Oopsie Baby's not going to die. I don't know that killing Corn was all that important right this second. I feel like just walking in and powering down the Chuck is probably... Oh my god, that's a cupcake. This suddenly got really ugly. When suddenly, Chuck is raining artillery shells. Dropping the hammer! Bwom. Wait, time out. Our hero said that they went with a heart rush. What? I mean, the Gravedigger lived. There is that. Squiggles! But the Squiggles is in range of Chuck. Moly bully. Admittedly, bad guy may not be able to position Blasto and Chuck quickly enough. Why did... I don't know about that. I feel like you'd almost rather swing the, Well, you know why they did this? So that Moly Bully couldn't connect with the heart. Squiggles getting in there. Very sneaky Moly Bully. And bad guy just doesn't have the damage. Bad guy just doesn't have the damage. Because they'd have to clear the entire board. Bwom. A cool 666 damage twice. GG, Cotter. Like, yeah, got him. GG. That was actually really funny. That was very funny. All right, back on Noughts and Crosses. I think this is somebody who's new to Game Breakdowns. Hi, Georgie. Well, hi, Georgie. I don't know how I managed to survive this horde of ultras and high-level phobies, but I did. All right, let's see what happens here. Let's see what happens. Metabot dupes. Yeah, that's what we like to see. Gross. So our hero is here at level 4. Oh, Misanthrope. First of all, Misanthrope. What? Level 9. Yeah, that's kind of a big deal. This is a fairly substantial level advantage if this carries through. Yeah, we're going to get some lower stress level gameplay. You always love to see those because they are hilarious. Bad guy with a very slow opener that allows our hero here to do some mean things, aka take some panic points early. And with the Ray Chargels in position, are you really going to come after this? Well, you can still get this. You can still kill this. And bad guy's not going to be able to retaliate and kill the Ray. Yeah, Jar should take this down. Yep. Pop goes the Misanthrope. Going to that big junkyard in the sky. You even get the creep poison. I don't know about this. I feel like the creep would have been better off taking it safely because you're just sacrificing your creep here. And the Jin Sting can walk it off on the spa. I think you're better off preserving this and just take another panic point. Because like I said, one hit from this and one hit from this are not going to kill the Ray, so it's fine. Boomer out of bad guy. Wait, really? Not the hit on the Jin Sting? I get the kill. This is obviously a dead cast. I don't really like this because the Jin Sting can just walk away. I mean, it could have walked away before. Or we're going to muffin. They should have landed a bees here. What? So, if they killed it with bees, which I'm assuming they could, I'm not going to go back and check. Yeah, there's a spa. Like, I don't... Is this just dead? None of this needed to happen! It didn't have to be like this! Not like this! Oh my god, I might use that for the intro. Well, Georgie, I think we know how you managed to win against the overlevel Phobies because bad guy just hates their Phobies and is punishing them. Just punishing them. No one cares about the... Nobody cares about the top of this map. Nobody cares, bro. Nobody cares. All that's happening... What the hell is happening? Is this really what happens when sheep gets hit? Like, look at this. Is that only for jar hits? I didn't know it gets lifted off the ground like that. Alright, W's, have a good night. Alright, bad guy finally decided that they want to interact with panic points. They don't, however, want to use bees. At least I don't think it's on cooldown. I don't even care. This is fascinating. No, now your stabby can't move up. Oh no, it's gonna have to take the scenic route. Is this sheep just dead? The sheep is just dead, I think. And I don't think there's any way to counter kill the pterodactyl. Hey, there's a bees. I mean, you're gonna trade sheep for sheep, but I think you would have been better off positioning the stabby where the jar is. I have no idea why Paddles is here. I mean, I kind of get it. So at this point, 4 to 0 panic point advantage. Sure. Nothing surprises me in this game. Phobies, meet wood chipper. Because bad guy hates their phobies. That Chuck is hauling ass. This is also a dead Stairmaster. Wait, did Inoculus attack? Because they probably could have killed the Stairmaster with Inoculus and then Pterodactyl hits this instead. Or did it have to reposition? I've lost track. This is just like... There's so many things happening here. The muffin. I'm telling you, we haven't had one of these in a while with pastries killing undead, but... Jar is also dead, by the way. Presumably, because the Chuck can kill it. Bonk. Paddles is not really interested in this fight anymore. Paddles has seen what happened to his brethren that preceded him. Yep. Sorry, Paddles. 0 keys to 0 keys. The Chuck is threatening, but it's more the panic points that are scaring me right now if I was our hero. I wonder if bad guy's going to try and kill the muffin. Nope. Just gonna go for it. I mean, bad guy is kind of picking our hero apart. To a degree. But it's ultimately going to be... It's Chuck and Paddles versus the team. Our hero should be able to do this, because you can kill Paddles this turn, and then it's just Chuck, and it's like, alright, what are you going to do? Move out of the way, Scott Pilgrim. It's now Chuck versus the world. Seemingly. Yep. Panic point advantage is still in favor of a bad guy, but that's not going to be the case for much longer, and I don't know that it's even going to matter. Because bad guy would have to beeline for the heart, and you're just not making it through this gauntlet. Just a little bit too late there, Chuck. Well played, Georgie. This is well done. Did Corn place a single trap that game? No, I don't believe so. I do not believe so. Yeah, I don't really understand bad guys' decisions throughout a number of these turns, and again, it's not a matter of trying to take anything away from our hero here, but like, we've had multiple games tonight that are just, baby, what is you doing? GG. Alright, this one's going all the way back to the beginning of the month. KingOfPain is back, this time on crypto. Looks like a Charon MVP to me. Well, it wasn't officially. I think it was Klepto, but we'll have to see. Wait, bad guy has a game? What? Why, are they on the list somewhere, Big She? I don't know which one you're talking about. Oh, okay. It's a pretty standard opener from our hero. Bad guy has a more unique opener here going 1-1. We'll have to see. You got Finnegan dupes? Well, we're playing a crypto match where we saw Finnegan do some really nasty things last week. That's just a dead cat. Why? That's something I would do. Charon! Chat, people are respecting Charon now. Honestly, this is something that comes up in other games. Like, not Phobies games. It's typically in card games. But other genres as well. Where the devs will make changes to something because they want to push a particular strategy, and then they pull it back because people don't necessarily respect what a particular thing is, and they don't understand the power level of it. Why am I bringing this up? Well, the new maps, Diabolical and Locker Room Funk, clearly, you know, there's a reason to run, and Scoposium's also in rotation now. Each of those maps give you an excuse to run Charon. Maybe Charon's not as bad as people were thinking. I've always felt Charon was pretty decent. I've also felt that it could probably do with a slight buff, but it's pretty good. Brief 2-0 panic point advantage erased. Oh, excuse me. Erased by bad guy. I'm curious whether... Really? Why? Why did this block happen? Now, what I imagine our hero is going to do is Charon the middle point. I would have liked to have seen the Charon here, because then it can, like, rotate over the course of a couple turns to, you know, poop on these 2 points and turn them off. Because right now, I'm not seeing the Charon MVP. Is this a worthwhile trade? I guess this is okay, because bad guy can't immediately reclaim any of these points. The Quagmire can't really safely come in. There's too much of a risk, I think. We're looking at a hit twice. Wow, maybe not. That's a level 5 Charon. That's bold. I didn't realize it was that low of a level. I mean, I like Charon, but level 5? I don't know about that one. Alright, so a little bit of chip damage from the Bachelor here. I don't know what the hell Quagmire's doing. It is a level 5 Gravedigger. The difference is Gravedigger has some known value on this map. Wait, isn't Gravedigger part of the initial start? Timeout. Is Gravedigger part of the initial start? I could have sworn that it was. Has Bad Guy really just been neglecting Gravedigger that much? What? Even by accident, you're going to level this thing up more. Unless there's, like, they just straight up... What are the odds that they just got 0 upgrade cards for Gravedigger? I guess it's not impossible, right? Like, it's super unlikely, but it's not impossible. Also, by the way, this is exactly the scenario I thought was going to get set up, but I'm actually kind of surprised that our hero was able to do it. There's free pot shots here on Quagmire, although I don't think it matters. Same with Stabby, just from a little splash. I guess this is why our heroes set this up, under the assumption they were going to go Klepto. If that's the case, then yeah, that's a pretty good heads-up play. I would not have... never mind. Murder Wing. That's why they moved the jar. I was going to say, don't move it, just leave it there and move it next turn, but it's because Murder Wing's there. I don't know what that got you. Like, now, Gravedigger can die here, but Bad Guy's going to have to invade hard. Admittedly, that Quagmire is doing, like, 0 damage. Or, the Charon's doing, like, 0 damage. It's not even doing 400 damage. It's kind of anemic. So Gravedigger's going to eat it. Both players are out of keys, so I can understand Bad Guy waiting and choosing this as their point to go for it. Because what is our hero going to do to kill the... Well, now they have to kill the Quagmire. I guess they can probably still kill this Pterodactyl. We're going to find out what they do momentarily. Big, juicy Klepto hit. Dead Gravedigger, because that was level 5. And protecting the jar. So now our hero is going to have to invade. I imagine... Oh, they're not going to go for the stabby. Fair enough, they're going to play it defensively. The thing is that Charon allows our hero to turn off the points and make them even, so they can just play the positioning game. And the chip damage here is valuable on these undead phobies, even though it might seem crazy. The reason for that is they have to invade in order to get their heal. They can't do what Klepto's doing and just walk onto the healing spot. It should be a dead stabby, I think. Depending on what goes for it. That works. Ooh, going for it. Can you get the Murder Wing? If you can get the Murder Wing, this is over. Oh, you're going to protect the Klepto? I see. Fair enough. So now they have to choose between the Klepto and the jar, I guess. Or they're going to go for Stabby. That Murder Wing's likely going to live through the lava, but not 2 turns worth of it. Plus attacks. Honestly, this Charon has put in a lot of work, because turning off these panic points and the lava here so that it has better positioning has mattered throughout the course of this game. Is Charon going to be a meta staple on this map? I doubt it. But I do think it presented a weird scenario for Bad Guy that I think caught them by surprise. Like, Bad Guy probably just didn't have a good answer to this. Ah! Calculated. 23 health. It would have been funnier to step on it with the Charon. But, either way, GG, well played, King of Pain. Not necessarily as bombastic as we've seen King of Pain games in the past, but that was still pretty cool. Redwick is back, this time on Always Watching. Hydra and Barzilla ain't got nothing on the best. Good boy. Cerberus is still number 1. Hydra, eat your heart out. Cerberus is number 1 in my heart. Cerberus is number 1 in my heart, but, I mean, realistically, no. And I think Hydra's got Cerberus beat on a few different fronts. Badr, I don't even see your game in the list at all. Oh, wait. Is that you? If that, I'm not sure. What's your in-game name? Whoa. I look away for a second and we have... What is happening? What? What the hell is this? What is happening right now? Oh, then you're on the list. Yeah, I see you, Badr, but we haven't done that game yet. You lost to a Cerberus and a level 14 Scritch. I wonder which part was more important. Redwick, what is happening on this map right now, aside from a 3-to-1 panic point advantage for our hero? This fish tank is actually probably safe. I was going to say you could yoink it and then send the jar, but, like, you just don't have enough damage as Bad Guy. Notably, Bad Guy's name is Wolfboy and loses to Cerberus. Microscopic. I feel like Gesundheit doesn't give off as many little particles, does it? Wait, why does Bad Guy have the counter boom down here? I know it's just a 1-key capping points, but that's just weird. This is also going to be weird because the spider-fish tank combination is going to get awkward to try and actually connect with things. Hydra, along with Hydrate. You know, when we talked about Hydra in the notes, I was just thinking our hero was referencing that everybody's been on this big Hydra train by comparison, not necessarily that they wanted, like, they literally beat Hydra. I will say, Chad, that I always have this moment of, we'll call it fear, of panic, when I call out the notes and I click on the game and then we go in and then whatever the thing is doesn't materialize quickly. Because there's always that moment of, oh my god, did I pick the wrong game? Even if it's not, like, that's not a risk because of whatever the scenario happens to be. Yes, you had to do it this way. I was debating, like, couldn't you just walk this somewhere? But this is fine. Because otherwise you risk the murder wing coming down and sniping the jar. But now we have double yoinks. This is getting clogged, we'll say. Up in the north. This board state needs more fiber in its diet. What do you think of that for the opening clip, chat? Another paddles? What? Yeah, I kind of get it, but... Snipe the Snipe the murder wing. Probably bop the microscopic here. Pow! Got him. We even get a yoink here on the cat. That was a pretty solid turn, I'm not gonna lie. That was pretty effective. And then now comes the big boy. Your favorite and mine. Why is my phone, like, going ballistic? I hope that's not coming through the mic when it vibrates on the desk. I keep meaning to set up the scissor arm I have so I can hook the mic up to it, because apparently my mic is designed so that it's better when it's, like, a couple inches from my face. But that's just going to be annoying. I guess it would save me from having to yell so much, because I have to, like, yell into the mic right now to get this volume, but... Regardless, bad guy does not really seem to have a good answer right now. They're kind of strewn about the board. I don't really know what their game plan is at this stage, because the yoinks are back up now. Excuse me. I mean, they do have a brief panic point advantage here, but... Yeah, this is what I thought was gonna... Yeah, this is bad for bad guy. Like, oh my god. Look at the damage! Kablamo! Got him! Bad guy could pull the something and then hevo it, but... Yeah. Just not... Too many yoinks. Too many yoinks. Yeah, if you're over-leveled, one of the best times to ladder is right after the season reset, because you're going to queue into, like, just about anybody and get a lot of very easy points. So I assume our hero counted this such that Barzilla's not going to do anything down here. They've all but eliminated the threat up in the north. So now it's time to go focus down the Barzilla, probably march the Cerberus to the heart, and just say, hey, bad guy, stop me with your 0 keys remaining. Lel. What? Ah! Fantastic. I love it. I love it. That's a great heads-up play, chat. We gotta look at this again. Like, this is a heads-up play. Even I was confused for a moment, because it was like, why are you doing that? I imagine this was, they tried it initially. No, there's no way you tried this initially, because this has to work this way. I don't know if this is actually good, because this Barzilla's not gonna die, right? Yes, it is! Oh my god! Wow! What did that Barzilla... We're not gonna rewatch the whole turn, but... 2,400 health. Got him. Heads up play. Snipes the Barzilla. I thought it had enough health to survive, but clearly not. Clearly not. Fish tank is on guard duty up in the north. Just gonna beat the snot out of this spider. Just like slap the crap out of it. Quad panic point advantage, and that is a Cerberus all up in your face. Bad guy. Good luck there, friend. I don't think this ends well for you. I must admit, Cerberus is not on my... was not on my radar for always watching. I'm not gonna lie. That's not even a dead Stairmaster. Lol. I don't know why this is so funny to me, but it is. GG. Well played, Redwick. This was actually pretty cool. There were multiple really solid yoink plays. This was game over like 12 turns ago. We were just going through the motions. Bad guy, like, the game was over before any of the cool plays happened because bad guy's army composition just couldn't really compete, and given the positioning here, it was not going to work out well for them. It was just not going to work out well. But yes, once those other yoinks happened, game was locked up. GG. Big She is back. I was waiting for this matchup for so much time. Also, my first time playing my thing in this map. Mysomania. So wait, you were looking specifically to play against this person, I guess, is where we're going with this? But I'm anxious to see Mildred on this map, because Mildred on small maps, okay, sure, I at least get the logic, right? It definitely makes sense that you can set something up because they can't really get away from it, and it is difficult to kill Mildred. You know, like, the Mildred player is probably going to be able to initiate, and if they can initiate, that means that they are going to get probably eliminate some things, right? And if they do that, you likely are left with not enough to actually collapse back on the Mildred. If Big She's managing to get this to work on big maps where clearly there's just more, by definition, more Phobies available, this is going to be very interesting. So one of the other interesting pieces of this is the Crushmore opener here. And we are probably going to see a Mildred because that Firkin is a big sign. Big flashing neon lights that says, I'm playing Mildred. I'm curious how long it's going to take for Firkin to start showing up in Akira players' game plans. Because I imagine a lot of people will try and Firkin the Akira. But we'll see. Bad guy playing fairly standard here, except for the turret, but, I mean, I've seen stabbies and bow mangles here before early on just to help cover this panic point. Just kind of what's happening here. I haven't seen this happen too much on this map. Honestly, I know this comes up as a What? I guess that's fine, because then they can put it where the cowbell is next turn. This comes up as a discussion point every time Mysomania is back in the rotation, but I find it fairly common for people to end up heart rushing. It doesn't happen like every game, but it's way more common on this map than I think on other maps. But there's a ton of people who will contradict me and say, no, this is not really a heart rush map, which, I mean, yeah, I've seen longer games play out, but that's kind of been my experience on this. What? Mildred Mirror? Not what I was expecting, chat. Also did not expect that, but sure, why not? Murder Wing means Jar has to leave. Their Mildred can't get into range yet. Plus, there's the preemptive Firkin. Bad guy with no fear, though. Just marching the Mildred into range. Like, this is gonna get Firkined. I don't understand. So, I don't get it. Like, why? Why go Mildred at all? Bad guy, I mean. They already have Mildred. They already have Firkin. I don't get it. Other than for the lulz. Like, if you're just doing it for the lulz, alright. Sure. Foul. Alright. However, I have bad news for you, bad guy. Our hero's kitty littering is ready to go. Is Big She gonna take it? I imagine you go for it here. Like, why not, right? No attack, being more patient. Wait, there's a boom on the board. I guess that's just a recap. I mean, I can understand not doing it and then just waiting to get a juicier hit. I don't know what bad guy does at this stage. I mean, I don't understand the Mildred responses. I was kind of stymied about that moments ago, but... What? Why? Could you not have done it on the last turn? Could you not have, because the other hit would have just been better, right? Why so many cats? There honestly aren't that many cats because, no, Mildred heavily damaged as a counter? I don't understand what you mean. Like, so we're going to be on turn 20. So kitty littering is live. You could move here and then hit all of these for more damage. Because doesn't it decay twice? Yeah, so like, you moved here and then didn't kitty littering. But you could have. And I don't understand why you kitty littering the next turn. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying is, like, if you're... I could see holding the ability. For anybody watching this on YouTube, Big She's in chat right now. So I can understand holding the ability, but then why do it now? This is just a worse kitty littering. Because you're doing less damage to each of these. I mean, don't get me wrong. If, like, you realized after the fact, oh, I should have done it on the last turn, so I'm going to do it now. All right, well, you do it, but... Well, I agree every poke is important, so why not do it on the previous turn? That's what I'm getting at. Like, the previous turn would have just been better. Oh, boy. Their Mildred went off. So they went for the disease here onto Firkin, which I get. And that's oopsie, baby. Oh, boy. Annihilate the Gravedigger, beat up everything else. This has got to be a dead foul, right? Yep. So that keeps the team fairly safe. And by the way, our hero still has 10 keys. 2 keys. 2 keys, not 10. 2. Because that's a Yeti. That is, in fact, Yeti. Bad guy out of keys has no way to thaw. The map is too open. It looks weird. It does look weird. It looks like some of... It looks like if Red Rum got expanded. Sort of. Or like one of those maps. One of the little maps where it's kind of like you're fighting in the Coliseum and then it gets expanded. The Yeti with the heart push. The Mildred power down. Down goes the Leprechaun, but I don't know that it matters at this stage. I mean, it matters, but... Are you able to kill this? Yeah, you should definitely be able to kill the Mildred if you want it. In fact, you might be able to get the Mildred and the jar. Just crushes the Inoculus. I've said it before, but the attack animation on Yeti is just awesome. Bad guy with no kitty littering to their name. Shout out to Firkin, RIP. I was going to say Yeti pinches the ground. I don't know about that. Down goes Oopsie Baby. Bad guys backed into a corner. Ball game, folks. This is very well played. I am not 100% sold on the Mildred on large maps. But I don't hate it. I don't hate it. Bad guy didn't go for their own Firkin, so there was really no way for them to try and combat this. Get the freeze on Mildred just because you can. Like, there wasn't any... I don't think there was any positioning bad guy could have taken or anything they could have realistically... Oh my god. That's a stimmed Mildred hit. Got him! What a way to finish it. GG. GG. Master Dark here on Diabolical. One of the new maps. A lot of disease tiles. My beloved Edgar Allen surpassed the disease to end it beautifully. Alright, let's see. Let's see. You got a new ultra rare DT? Nice. That's 2 seasons in a row. Seems pretty good. Seems good. Wait, you did Big She or DT got it? Spoiling their surprise. Would I get my season pack? I don't know. Didn't open it yet. Didn't open it yet, Pigeon. So I wonder if this was still during the event, but either way, like, this is not an unreasonable opener on this map. You got Morty dupes. I've actually put Morty to use on this map. Admittedly, it was because of the event, but... You got Alistor? Nice. You did actually get Alistor. So notably on this map, or at least this game, neither player went for Snowball. I actually like Snowball on this map because you can get... You know, jump out to a quick panic point advantage, and of course it can zip around the map and try to avoid the disease tiles. Very happy? Yeah, I would imagine. I would imagine. Attractor. Another good phobie. So, it's weird. During the mech event, Snowball and, well, Gravedigger, at least bad guy, has, but either that or Crushmore made a lot of appearances on this map, which, you know, you would think, oh, they're dimensionals, you don't want to get them diseased, whatever. But the ability to terraform on this map opens up a lot of possibilities, which, yeah, we've seen that. So our hero actually elects to go after the cowbell, which is interesting but understandable since that cassowary will eventually croak due to disease. It'll take some time, but it will get there. Now, they're adding a honey bear here. This is a really... Like, this is a slow-moving army. Bad guy equalizes the panic points. Erratic, huh? Okay. I don't mind erratic, but as an attractor counter on this map, I think it's going to be difficult. Here comes our hero's terraform. I'm curious whether masterdarksh's going to elect to use Honeybear Puke on the disease tiles, or do a long-range puke to turn off this panic point. Why is it always erratic, though, when one major mech comes out? I assume collection issues. Or it could just be, this is my high, which again is sort of a collection issue. This is my highest level electrical phobie because people get it early on. But it's not... Like, yes, you can make erratic a decent answer to attractor, but I don't think you can on a large map. Or it's certainly way more difficult because, well, quite clearly, you have to somehow get it to connect with attractor without getting yoinked, and I don't know how bad guy makes that happen right now. Okay. Oh, this is going to end poorly for you, bad guy. This is the sort of thing where I can understand how Edgar Allan could put in a lot of work. Like, why run Edgar Allan over Gonzo? Well, I'm going to attractor your whole team, and my whole team is just going to jump on them. That seems okay. Bad guy elects to go with Blondie as the answer. Sure. I guess if you screech at enough things, it might work, but you're probably never going to get in range. That cast is slowly dying. It's not the way I'd want to go. Honeybear allowing the positioning. I don't really get the Blondie. I mean, I do, but it absolutely feels like wishful thinking. Bad guy is wildly out of position as well. Like, their team is all over the place. They can't deathball. They can't try and divide and conquer our heroes' forces. There's just not really any way that they can interact that isn't going to result in, hey, my team just implodes. Down goes Cassowary, put out of its misery. But this is more what we saw when this map first released, is a lot of hard pushes. Because it can be very challenging if you haven't terraformed all of these out of the way, and even if you have, it can be very difficult to engage once your opponent gains control of the stim, because you're only going to get so many attacks. They're going to get stimmed retaliation, and it's probably not going to end well for you. Why didn't this just take this panic point? They can only get a hit with these. You could have just taken this panic point freely. I mean, yeah, they could hit it a couple times, but they're exposing their team if they do that. Am I missing something? Bad guy still has 8 keys left, but they have locked themselves into the team they have right now. Getting that yoink. Absolutely dead jar. And Edgar Allen just walks away. Just a quick snipe. Just a quick pickup on the jar. Our hero's trying to be a nice guy. Let bad guy have access to those 8 keys they still have. So it will die to the poison. Assuming more stuff doesn't happen. Really? I mean, I guess that's fine. So they can Blondie Screech and you get just this. Just the Crushmore. Oh, really? Going after the Murder Wing, I mean, this probably secures the kill. The Yoink is going to be back up, so if bad guy elects to try and take this point, you can still blow it up. Okay. And yeah, Creep was dead no matter what. I imagine all 3 of these die. I still think that Murder Wing should have taken this point a few turns ago. That's a Sparky. What about that for the thumbnail, chat? What do you think? That's pretty trippy. It's pretty sweet. It does look cool. Like, it looks really cool. Whoop. I paused it explicitly just to look at this. So it's 133 damage buff. Ooh, going after the Blondie instead. All right. I mean, we had some cool potential thumbnails earlier, but I think that might be the best one. Like, that just looks sweet. The way I try and judge it is, like, is it a cool-looking screenshot of a Phobie that we haven't gotten on there yet? And we haven't had an Edgar Allen replay yet, for sure. Well, one that made the thumbnail, anyway. Down goes Blondie. Well, Attractor could die if they... Yeah, they're going to go for it. I don't know about Baby Snaky, but I don't know that it really matters which Phobie it is, to be honest. The rest of them probably just blow up Sparky here. And then you just hope that... Or, I mean, can you hard push at this stage? Probably not. Probably not. I mean, the sheep is out of position. The boom is mostly out of position. It depends on where everything ultimately ends up. But notably, the mud wore off, so yeah, something's going to have to get diseased. Now, Erratic's going to have a field day here. Getting a lot of splash. Boom. Taking some Phobies down. It's Crushmore, Murderwing, Edgar versus Erratic Hevo Sheep. And to be honest, this is looking better for Bad Guy than I thought it was going to. Honey Bear was a trooper? True. That being said, even though it's looking better for Bad Guy than I thought it was going to, hard push, and there's, like, Bad Guy's way out of position here. What's Edgar's attack damage? Oh my god. Edgar has 399 attack damage? Does he buff himself? I guess that's why. But, like, that's not great. That actually doesn't kill the Jin Sting. Wow. Ease. And that's going to do it, folks. I mentioned it earlier, but this is how I've seen almost every Diabolical game end. Almost every Diabolical game is somebody gets caught derping around down here, not paying attention, or maybe they're paying attention, they just got forced down there, and then somebody goes, yep, I'm ending the game. And then just like that, the ball game ends. The second Edgar Allan just because we can. It does buff itself, in case anybody was curious. GG. Well played, Master Dark. Well played. Renamon is back. Poison Ivy, the Visionary. Why are we getting so many Poison Ivies on this map, chat? I do love the Edgar Allan Tornado. Yeah, it's the same as Russell's, but it is cool. I do like it. So here's the question, chat. We've gotten a Poison Global. We got a Damage Buff Global. When we get the third Crow, third Raven, what's it going to be? I can tell you this much. It's not going to be a Blue Speedola, but that's what's on the board. A global debuff? You don't think it's going to be something weird like a global heal? Or a global boop? Either going to be debuff or healing? I like to believe that the devs are going to have something else lined up. I don't know what it'll be, but... Snipe the cowbell here. I don't understand the fish tank. What level are we looking at here? That's a level 10 fish tank. I mean, this is not a new player. Akira's a global pull? True. Temptress snipes the Droney. I'm not a huge fan of Droney here. Mech Event Gaming, you might be correct. You might be correct here. Is this dead? This might have been dead. Or this... We'll have to see if Bad Guy goes for it, because if they have the damage, then they should probably take it. I'm guessing they don't have the damage. So I don't know if Renamon has Red Speedola or not. But yeah, this absolutely has to be the mech event. There's no other reason to explain this. There's a chance this might not be the Poison Ivy game. I mean... Oh, I read the wrong notes. This is definitely not a Poison Ivy game. That's our next... Well, it'll be one of next week's games. My bad on the notes. I don't know what to put here as the notes. I was looking at the wrong line in the spreadsheet. So we do get the other Speedola, at least. The correct notes for this are heavy metal. Except bad guys being a jerk going with those electrical phobies. This has to be a dead Hevo, right? That's good position. Well, is it? Is it better to... 1200? Yeah, I guess this is less damage, technically. Although, this is exposing it... like, one of the Speedolas is just dead, right? There's no getting around it. I don't know what the purpose of this Metabot is, unless the thought is bad guy's gonna go after Motherload? Oh my god, the Speedola lived! How bad are Sparky and Temptress, chat? They are so bad! Oh my god. Level 9, level 10. This is a level 12, so you can make an argument. If that was 2 levels lower, it dies. Sparky is fine to me, but Temptress is just bad. Sparky, I think, is a little subpar. For example, I think Sparky should be able to one-shot a tractor on level, and it can't. Noxious? Why? I mean, I get it's a flyer, but, like, I don't know. It's fine. I think our heroes at such an enormous advantage at this stage that I don't know that it matters. You think Bloat is any good? No. I don't think Bloat is very good. Bloat is a one-move melee phobie, so it has to do a lot for me to even think it's mediocre. Was that worth it, doing the Motherload thing instead of just going on to here and hitting it? I mean, you get a little bit of chip damage here, but I don't know. Out of keys, so I guess this Noxious is going to hang it on the healing spa. At least he's an electrical unit can decently fight non-mechs. Who? Bloat? It'll never get in range. It'll just die. Bad guy, no! Oh, come on. Sparky is a really good early game phobie? Are we talking about the same phobie? Because I think Sparky's a very bad early game phobie. I think most people would agree Sparky is not a very good early game phobie. I don't know, Bloat might be okay. But it's the same argument of what I was talking about the other night about Venus. Like, one-move melee phobies need to do something really good to justify being one-move melee phobies. And I honestly feel that generally one-move melee phobies are going to be very dangerous if they're good. Because, like, in order for them to be good, they have to be so good that they're probably oppressive. This game got real weird, and it feels like... I mean, I don't think this Motherload can die. But I guess it's not impossible. But our hero can't really retaliate all that well. They're going to have to leave and heal up, right? I mean, you do this, clearly. Metabot, yeah, the Metabot is not really doing its job. I don't even know that this saves it. This doesn't save it. Hey, that's still a dead mother load. Or should be. Now, admittedly, how does our hero win this? It's too much health to hard push, plus you don't have a panic point advantage. What? I guess our hero just ends up with more HP. That's so weird. That push by bad guy a couple turns ago seemed like it was going to be enough, but obviously not. Yeah, now you can safely take a couple panic. Okay, maybe not. I would have thought Noxious goes here. Because this can't reach, and this, if it came in, just dies. Now you can probably heart push. You have an enormous life advantage. Hevo can't go heal. Like, yeah, you're just dead now, bad guy. I mean, you were probably dead anyway, given the health pools remaining, but... Well played, Renamon. Well played. It was looking dicey there, at least in my opinion. I thought bad guy had more health remaining on some of these phobies, but... Too much damage coming in. And a little too tanky from our blue player. I mean, bad guy's trying to make a game of it because this fish tank is gonna race, but... 900 health left. GG. Noxious into mechs. Who knew? Really, there weren't too many mechs left on the board by that point, but GG. Alright, zoning in here with Badr as our hero. That is Mexicano 187. So what are the notes for this one? I accidentally swapped out of the spreadsheet. We're on the once lore, which is already... But, first win against Akira, this opponent was just bullying me with his levels in Akira. But Paddles is saying who is bullying who now. Alright. I really want you to say that you walked the glob and got Akira on the once lore. I know that's not what happened because there's no world in which that happens. However, I think that would be pretty cool. It would be pretty cool. Speaking of cool, this is notable from Bad Guy because this Gravedigger can now cap this point, whereas it would not if it was in this position. Somebody call an ambulance, but not for me. This is a cool play, dropping it on the vault so that way you can get to this position and cap here. Now, admittedly, the Murder Wing probably could have done this anyway. Since it can't advance, it would just get annihilated by the jar and the Contortio up here, but, you know, still. It's not that unfortunate. I mean, yeah, I'm sure this is one of those, on an infinite timeline, anything is possible, right? But let's be real, it's just not going to happen. You're just not going to glob Akira. Well, I take it back. It might happen because somebody could Akira, choose not to kill the glob, and then something terrible happens. But here is the early Akira. What kind of level differential are we looking at? Whoop. So our hero's under-leveled, but not enormously so. Just enough for it to be problematic. Some boomer action. So the answer here might actually just be... Ooh. Walk the Smiley? Does it count as walking for Smiley? What do you think, chat? YouTube, let me know down in the comments. Do you think Paddle's Smiley counts as walking the Smiley? I'm curious if maybe Boomer and Raucous are supposed to be the answers on this map. The thing is that it's just... all the power is in the Akira player's favor, despite that. So, I don't know. It still feels miserable. However, the Smiley could prove to be a decent answer. He tried to pull 700 times in this turn. I mean, that, as far as arena goes, there is a balancing factor, we'll say, with Akira, in that you can't just sit there and test every yoinks, because you'll run out of time. And then you may end up, like, not undoing it or ending up in a bad position or whatever. So it's one of those scenarios where you do have to know your play very well ahead of time. However, I don't know if that's a good enough excuse. Akira's still ridiculous. Someone did the Blasto Heartbreak. Wait, Blasto? Why Blasto? I guess because you can, like, if you break this obstacle, you can get the line and get the heart? Is that what happened? Or, like, you could Blasto here and hit this? So Bad Guy is, the hubris is showing, because they have not put a second yoink on the board. Now, maybe they don't have a tractor, but I feel like that needs to be on here. Like, they need another yoink or something to try and make, to, like, really push the Akira into absurd levels. I don't know what chat's talking about. Chat scrolled, and I only have, like, I don't understand what the text is referencing, so I don't really follow the conversation right now. Bad Guy retreating the paddles, because, I don't know. My bad guy, I mean our hero here. I don't know why I said that. The Smiley's taken some damage. It's... I mean, I get putting it on the periphery here, and there's an argument that if you disease a bunch of stuff other than Akira, it's still okay, but... I don't know why... Like, I feel like the paddle should be here. Like, the paddle should be attached at the hip to the Smiley, I feel like. Alright, there's the other attractor, the other yoink. Our hero still has 14 keys. Notably, no terraform out of our hero. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So, because they're maxed out. So now they're pushed all the way into a corner. But Bad Guy can't really advance much further, so there's time for things to be set up. And if the cat goes down, it frees up all these keys again. So 1, 2, 3, 4... Yeah, this kind of feels like bait for the Akira. It feels like bait for the Akira. I'm sorry, Killian. I hope you feel better. Yeah, that felt like Akira bait. I don't know if that was actually what was intended, but... So... Wait, Bad Guy leaving. Okay. Guess they don't want that panic point. And they fell for it? Yeah, that 100%... As soon as you left that Innocuous there and didn't, like... Well, it wouldn't have mattered if you put the Smiley here, because everything would have got pulled forward, but, Yeah, it just felt like bait. So now we have triple yoink. But Akira's on cooldown. Why Akira? Basically just to kill this Inoculus. Like, they get an Inoculus kill, quote-unquote, for free. And I guess the assumption is you can just wait the rest of it out. Wow! Mother of God! Ten keys. Incinerated. Wow. You know what's scary, though? I don't know if bad guy's in a bad spot. Wait, are you really... I guess you kill the attractor here as bad guy, despite the disease. Insert Mario bye-bye sound effect. I guess bad guy's gonna bank on one more yoinks. There isn't enough heart pressure, and I think our hero can literally just, like... I mean, they could probably just kill the Akira, but... You might be able to just pull back and just not interact. Oh my god, it's even gonna die to fire. Oh no. Bad guy. Getting pooped on. Wow. Wow. Yeah, I would surrender too at that point. GG. GG. Yeah. That's how it goes. DT. Trying out new stuff on the carousel. Trying out the werewolf opener. The werewolf opener. Get your pad and pen out here. I like it. I like it. We're actually going to pause this game, chat. We're going to pause and wait because there's an ad. I can't, Badr. I can't look at the game. It's not on their profile anymore. If they're Abo Noir? Noir? I don't know how to say their name. Nour? I feel like the game isn't there. Oh, it's on the other person's profile? Alright, we can try it. We'll do it after this. We'll get in one more. Thanks for the thumbnail, cat versus dog. What, are we saying this is better than Edgar Allan? You're saying this is better than the Edgar Allan one? I don't know about that. A little hydrate action? So I'm not gonna lie. I understand why it looks like this, but it looks like werewolf has 3 sets of teeth. Because of the way the art works out. Because the wolf has white fur, and then it has the teeth. I think it would have been better if werewolf was like a light gray kind of thing. The enemy just sacrificed a razor mouth to get him one hit? Yeah, I think so. So here we go. We continue with the Gravedigger opener. Actually, you know what? Level 14... I guess the assumption here is that bad guy could possibly, you know, like they're going to creep it after this. Yeah, they're lowering the werewolf HP, but is that worth it? It lives. Oh, the cat's gonna live, so that was calculated. That was calculated. Esotillin's a very strong player. So, that probably was calculated. Because I don't think it's worth just incinerating a key to do a little bit of damage to the werewolf. So DT goes werewolf into 1/1. I don't know how refined this opener is. Like, I don't know if DT's had this lined up for some time or what the story is here. But this is kind of cool because you can Oh. Everybody get flashbanged. This kind of looks cool for a thumbnail, chat. For werewolf. But it currently has a lot of HP, right? First time trying this, fair. Like, it currently has a lot of HP, so I like the re-engage. I wonder who that is. Like, who's that Pokemon? How do you push these? I watch a lot of games. Like, it always happens. When you watch enough games, law of averages. I thought it was Thunder Rocks. No, like, that bright flash happens with every phobie. If you time it right. I'm pretty sure it does. So DT appropriately pull him back. We actually get the poison going down here on this creep, which means that will eventually croak. The Innocuous means that you can't really advance as bad guy. At least not readily. Because you will end up just, you know, getting punished real hard. So the werewolf should be powering down. Yep. Werewolf is just a really cool phobie, chat. Even if werewolf wasn't good, like meta good, it's still just really cool. Thunder Rocks is one of the most dramatic entrances. So does Erratic. Erratic's superhero leaps onto the board. As compared to, like, well, all the phobies kind of squish when they first zone in. I do love the idle animations on the Attractor family, the Innocuous family, though. Oh, Bloat jumps into the fight, too? That's pretty cool. Does he flatten out like Play-Doh? Because he should. Like I said, I think all the phobies do, but... So, bad guy goes with the Ginsting brothers here. DT now notably has a full-up... werewolf, thanks to Muffin. Seems good. The Boomer is very interesting. I don't know that it really matters which one key, but it being another dimensional, allowing bad guy to just... Well, I guess I can't too... I guess it doesn't really matter. Like, So the question is, yep. This is working out pretty well. And bad guy does not seem to have an answer to enormous werewolf just taking whatever land it wants. This is basically what would happen if werewolves were real. It's just like, just get the hell out of their way. Pray for a miracle. You do have to kill this thing, because now DT has 7 keys left. Yes, the team is full, but it's going to be empty. Well, not empty, but it's going to have an empty slot soon. And something like, I mean, I always lean into Bluelian now for healing, but any healer means that this thing is nigh immortal. The question is DT going to commit to that or not? No, it's going to be Brony. What? Does this beat Edgar Allan? Does this board state beat Edgar Allan, chat? The twist. I know DT. I imagine DT is just sitting there at their keyboard or looking at their phone just like, hey, you guys don't know what's coming. Like, oh, I got him! I got him! Does this beat Edgar Allan as a thumbnail, chat? What do you think? How often are you going to see this? YouTube, you'll have to let me know. I think I'm probably going to go with Edgar Allan because, like, it just looked really cool. But I've had... Maybe I won't because I've had Russell ones that are very similar. Maybe this one's better. I have no idea what Bad Guy does at this stage. And I have a strong feeling that Bad Guy feels the same way. They do have 5 keys. 4 keys. But the funny thing is... So this now is a 3-mover. Ginsting takes this point. Like, lol. Bad Guy literally can't interact. They only have their next phobie that can interact. DT might literally just be able to stand on the panic points and the game ends. I'm not even joking. Yeah, you just stand on the panic points. Pass turn. Stop me. Yeah, he can still swing and probably will swing in the... That's why Bad Guy's doing this, to block. It might have been better... No, so here's the thing. You don't want to... I take it back. One thing DT could have done differently is you send the Brony down here, Innocuous holds this point, and then send the Werewolf here. Because there was no way to interact on Bad Guy's side. But realistically, I don't think it makes a difference, right? Actually, I guess it could have made a difference, hypothetically. 50 health. I don't think there's any way Bad Guy can actually do this, but, like... Very well played, DT. Very well played. The Brony twist. I think I might have to use this as a thumbnail, chat, like, and just throw Werewolf up there. This game was hype. Like, this is a really cool strategy. Brony is OP. Brony is really good. Brony is really good. Alien Engineer proved it last night. We saw it. But GG. Alright, so we had to zone into this one backwards. Because our hero here, and I'm sure I'm destroying your name, but Abo Nower? I have no idea how to pronounce this, so we're going to go with that. ABO here in the orange trunks is actually our hero. We got him, ladies and gentlemen. Alright, let's see what we got here. Just remember, if you're submitting games, which you can do that through the Random Slots Discord, link for that in the description down by the like and subscribe button. That's where you can also catch the link for the live stream. Hit up the Discord if you're submitting games, but just make sure you favorite the games, because I can't watch them if you don't favorite the games. Like, they'll fall off your profile. Yeah, that's fine, Badr. I'm just saying as a general thing. It's important for me to remind people because people may not necessarily think of that. Yeah, exactly. People forget. It's human. So we get an early Gonzo out of our hero here. Notably with the werewolf avatar. If you've been skipping around, you gotta watch the DT game that preceded this. Because, yeah, masterclass. So Bad Guy taking an early panic point advantage here. It obviously won't last for all that long. Although I'm very confused by, like, I guess we're going to see 11 keys. I was going to say, we're probably going to see a jar. Cat comes in. Gonzo's always a sign of bad things to come. All right, so we got a Blasto. Was this what you guys were talking about in chat earlier? With Blasto? Because you were talking about Blasto, I thought, on the once lore. Which, like I said in that game, I could see where the laser beams you can hit across the map. But it's the same? Alright. So we get an erratic to try and answer the Blasto. What levels are we looking at here? We got a level 14 Blasto. Oh, our hero is kind of bullying here a little bit. Like, that's a level 6 and a level 5. That's a level 14. A little bit of a bully here, but we'll see how this works out. Oh my god. Bwom! Look, we love boops and yoinks. But a little Bwom action is good to mix it in every once in a while, too. Somebody beautied me once on the once lore when I was new. Yeah, I think somebody got me with that once. It is, like, Bwom effects are cool. It could be Blasto, it could be Beauty, it could be Puff, it could be whatever. Although I think those are the only three. But they do add this extra dimension to the game. Which, admittedly, like, alright, yeah, it's Heartbreaker. Oh, baby. No! This is why you don't go boom! Why? There's just one key wasted. But the Bwom effects allow for more unique positional battles. And I would like to see more effects like that. Like, imagine something that hit a column. I don't know how you would do that on a hex-based board. I guess the diagonals is the closest you can get. I guess something could hit a row. Or, like, a grid. Kind of like Honey Bear does, but, like, I mean, I guess we already have that in Boss. I don't know. I like the idea of these weird shapes showing up. So bad guy could try and scrunch down here and fight, but this Heartbreaker is threatening to just ruin bad guy's day. Although shout out to KingOfPain, has themselves submitted a ton of awesome games. Notably maxed out, though. I don't know if people notice the broken record, the repeating statements that I often have when we're doing game breakdowns, but a lot of it comes down to, hey, player 1 did this cool thing. How did they make that happen? Oh, well, player 2 maxed out at a bad time and then allowed their, didn't have an overwhelming advantage, wasn't pushing something, and they just couldn't respond. At least, or respond in time. Bad guy appropriately retreating because presumably Gonzo. Yep, Gonzo is live. This Heartbreaker's been hanging in the back a lot. But the pressure is on bad guy. They have to make something happen. And eventually, our hero here is going to demolish the entire side of their board with Gravedigger. So you could trade the Heartbreaker for a Tractor, but clearly you don't really want to do that. The interesting thing here, though, is the Heartbreaker Blasto combo means that you could set up a Bwom attack that your opponent is not anticipating. I'm a little surprised with the Gravedigger retreating here as compared to, like, putting it here. The reason being that you could break this, allow the Heartbreaker to squeeze in and yoink something, but at the same time, you're putting it in range of their stim with, like, their whole team there, so. Just sniping the cassowary because you can. This should be a dead Heartbreaker, though, right? Oh, this is great! Yo, this is exactly what I wanted to see. This is exactly what I wanted to see. Not a chance that bad guys saw this coming. Gets the Heartbreaker teleport into the Bwom, snipes the Attractor through the obstacle. Incredible. You love to see it. Never anticipated that happening. I was waiting for it to happen. I mean, I was just talking about it, but I was busy yapping about other things, and they did it under my nose. That is just crippling.
That is savage.
That's crippling. I don't know what bad guy does at this point. I'm not gonna lie. There's an Alistor that came out. Alistor is level 14. If nothing else, that is just demoralizing, right? Like, that's one of those, alright, you got me plays. I can see why Badr wanted to make sure we saw this game. Because this was, yeah, that was worth it. The whole game was worth it just for that singular play. Sparky going down. I'll be honest, if I was in bad guy's shoes, I'd be hyper demoralized. And it's just, alright. Just waiting for the end. Get a quick kill here on the jar, but I imagine that Erratic is just going to pay for this with its life. Bad guy is staging pretty well. Bwom is live. Beside Myself is not. Gonzo is not. But this, the Erratic is absolutely dead. It's just a matter of what else is dead. Because Heartbreaker does a significant amount of damage on its own. Get a little challenge play pull here. Some Bwom action. This is probably going to be a dead Klepto as well. Since you're going to be able to get a couple of hits here. Including a stim hit. Great heads-up play with the Gravedigger there. Ooh, not quite a dead Klepto, but it is heavily damaged. Yeah, the Blasto's going to get beat up. There is a fair amount of damage on our hero's heart here. I think bad guy might have needed to commit to the heart push rather than spreading out. But there's enough powerful abilities on our hero's side that I can understand being concerned about it. I mean, look at this. This actually was pretty close. 2274 on the heart. I don't know if bad guy could have committed super hard to a hard push because they would have given up a lot of board position. Like, they probably wouldn't have had a panic point advantage. All of our heroes' forces would have collapsed on them. If the Gravedigger died, we'll have to see what the heart ends up with in the end, but it's possible if the Gravedigger died and this panic point was still around, if this was blue, that this would have gone the other way. No, it would have just squeaked it out still. Just a quick pickup on the jar. The Bwom, because you can. Down goes Gravedigger. GG. GG. Chat. We had some awesome games, and we closed out with some really hype ones. We definitely closed out with some really hype games. So, we got to close it out. There's still a lot more games on the list. As I mentioned earlier, if you want to submit your own games, of course, hit up the Random Slots Discord, instructions there. That being said, we'll be back tomorrow. It is Variety Night. I'm planning on playing some more DC Dual Force. Hopefully people come out for that. It's another fun card game. I've been really enjoying it. I'm finding some new builds that are showing some promise, so I kind of want to show them off. We'll see. But that's going to do it for tonight. So as always, everybody, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. And Black Lives Matter.